John Horrigan along with Paul Stivaletta and Peter McGowan working our camera, and also Jeremy Swoboda helping us out here in the booth. Special thanks to Bill Hoare, of course, Mr. Bill Conley, Jocko Ananian, Nick Previty, all the people, Jeff Griffiths, who helped us out here.
Pico, referee.
Pico, yeah.
They're all good men, and great for amateur boxing. They're with it. They do an awful lot of help for it and give up and sacrifice a lot of time from their home for amateur boxing. And then there it is. I think the crowd, years and years, have loved it and loved the job that they did, and people before their time. And boxing's been around a long time now, and got to give them boys a lot of credit.
Second, third, and final round.
So you hear the ring announcer Gardner Brooks.
Marcel Bernier.
This is the third and final round. Bernier in the yellow top. In the red top is Sam Gerard from Fall River, Bernier from Vermont. The Vermont fighters have fared well here tonight. Now a nice left hand there.
Good left hook by Gerard there, and it didn't do any damage, but it landed well. Doesn't look like it did any damage. Bernier took it and is coming back, throwing punches. Both of them are swapping punches right now.
Bernier, the left-hander, trying to slip that uppercut underneath there. Now gets a nice little combination off on Gerard, backs him up to the ropes. They're separated. Now they're checking the gloves once again. You got to check those gloves, Paul, because they're like razor blades. They can cut you wide open.
Yeah, but he was checking the lacing on that glove. It might have been a little loose. He tucked it in under the tape on it. There's no tape allowed, I think, on the amateur boxing, but he tucked it underneath the tie up there. If it gets loose, it can cut an eye out very badly.
Now, a nice combination here by Gerard to the head of Bernier, so you cannot tape your hands.
They allow only 2 or 3 strips of tape on your hands, but on the outside of the gloves, and professionally, they usually put tape around the laces so it don't detach. But in amateur boxing, you can't do that. So they got to make sure they're tied right and knotted and cut off with the scissors so close that so it couldn't do any damage by rubbing their laces in the guy's eyes or whatever. Some fighters, that does happen. So.
Third round here. This one's starting to heat up. Marcel Bernier and Sam Gerard. Crowd enjoying this one too. You can hear them buzzing with excitement. Now, Gerard trying to fire off on Bernier. These two fight, they're locking horns now.
Yep, they're getting some good punches inside off there. The both fighters are getting them off. Gerard would have slipped a little off balance there, but they're getting some clean punches off. Should be mixing up a lot more though, and I think and getting more exchanges off. But these fighters are nervous, and of course that nervousness and not throwing that many punches takes away that opportunity of fighting for the championship tomorrow night. And has a lot to do with a fighter that's nervous and too excited, doesn't really get everything together. It's only 3 rounds, and these fighters are capable of going 10 rounds.
So who will go to the finals tomorrow night? We have 2 lefties fighting in this championship. We have Christakos coming up next, who's a left-hander. So will it be the 2 lefties, or will it be Gerard? Is Gerard the right-hander? That was a good fight. Gerard started out slowly, came on in the 2nd round. I give him the 3rd round.
Yeah, you're right. I'd give Gerard the 3rd round there. Now, we don't know if the blue corners are going to be the winners or red corners. We have to get rid of the names. But pretty close, and again, tough fight to call, and we'll leave that up to the judges.
139-pound finalist in the red corner.
Oh, my. Listen to the crowd. The fighter from Vermont, Marcel Bernier, was robbed as they give the split decision to Sam Gerard as Bernier raises his hands in effigy to the crowd, who responds with the loudest ovation of the night. What do you think, Paul Stivaletta? Would you give it to Gerard? Technically, I thought that fight went the same way as the Barrows fight. It seemed that Gerard woke up midway through the 2nd round and did dominate Bernier, as they are still being lauded with boos as they leave the arena.
Yes, and you know, and you got 3,000 to 4,000 people in a place booing the decision. I guess they're right, and that fight did lean that way. And of course, announcing like we are, we got to sort of hold back our real feelings. But when the whole garden and arena backs up a fighter, he must have won it.
Yeah. And you could hear the crowd yelling corn chips. And now we get to the next fight. Wow, Gerard will go to fight tomorrow night at Bernier. He was a crowd favorite. The crowd really sympathized with Marcel Bernier, the left-hander, as they feel that he was robbed. That may not necessarily be the feelings of ABT. That was a great fight.